And champions, speaking of champion, Austin Edgar looking to defend here on day number 3 after winning yesterday in downtown Tulsa, the FC Tulsa Arts District Criterium. So guys, 6 to go, same rules, 6 to go, anything under 6 to go, no more free laps. For that over 6, you can head on down here to the state wheel pit just behind us, just south of us here on Riverside Drive. And once again, come on over, Amy's gonna be waiting on you for the podium. We want to try to take over our podium right away, so hang out over here. We'll get that taken care of. We'll wait for some final instruction from Mr. Steve. We're coming close, gentlemen. We're moments away from getting you fired off onto the course. Crybaby Hill awaits. It may be NC-17. It's been PG-13 early on. It may be getting to NC-17 shortly. You may run into a dance party, it's okay. They don't know you're racing bikes. Some will. So moments away of getting the Masters A race underway here. Day number 3. Let's take a look at that overall Omnium standings a little bit as well. So a couple minutes away from shooting the race course straight down Riverside Drive, firing in it like a cannon to the northwest before we hit the double bump of Crybaby and Galveston Climb on Climax Corner. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are underway. As we send the Gladiators out, largest field of the day, 113 valiant souls to navigate the McElroy Manufacturing River Parks Criterium. An exciting race yesterday, a lot of team tactics, Texas Roadhouse, Cure Race for the Cure, stages all over at the end of that race, and then at the very end, it was Austin Edgar, the local hero with the Cura race team, able to take the win at the Lime. Former Men's Cat 3 champion on a Friday night a couple years ago, taking it on the Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon that is, in the Masters A field. So we mentioned 113 racers towing the start line, probably pretty close to a 100% participation rate. So opening lap about to be done and dusted here as our peloton makes their way down off of Galveston, Omnia up towards the front. Talk about stages in the blue kid. As we'll put lap number 1 in the books, and a familiar name up at the front. That'll be 407. That's Anthony Barcy, former national champion. Very, very active in yesterday's race. Sitting up there at the front, bib number 407, racing with Black Swift Cycloton race team. Take a chance and take a look at the official results from yesterday. We'll be looking at the Masters A on Saturday at the FC Tulsa Arts District Criterium. Austin Edgar taking that win. Trying to get the rest of the podium identified, but speaking of, striking out early, and off the front is the aforementioned Austin Edgar with Cura Racing here on lap number 2. Alrighty, so here on lap number 2. Masters 8, we'll throw out some preems. We're gonna have 3 different preems here today. $300 worth of preems, $100 each. One courtesy of Bicycle Tulsa, one of Mineragua, who's our official sparkling water sponsor here at the 2023 edition. And we have 3 racers on the front. We are gonna be putting a rider out of the wheel pit as they're gonna make their way up. But right now, Austin Edgar, a little quick 3-man break. He is up there with Texas Roadhouse's Chad Bertzelauskas, as well as bit number 450, which is Tim Mitchell, CCB Racing. So, little 3-man mini break, but up at the front, looks like that is Stages Racing, trying to pull it back, and there's not enough, it's early, probably not really a concerted effort to try to make this attack stick or anything like that. But looking at that, I'm just trying to keep an eye on those riders as they come back. Actually, they won't come back together. So they're brought back into the fold. I was going to say, Texas Roadhouse had a rider on the front of the chase behind the three breakaway compatriots. But once again, wasn't really a big breakaway, only a couple seconds up the road. So a lot of shuffling there in between the barriers as we start to see more and more bodies fill in on each side of the barriers up on the hill. So it's the double hump. Coming down off of Riverside, you make that right-hand turn before the second right-hand turn. 2 different double bumps before you crest. A little respite, a little downhill before you hit Galveston. Juniors, if you just finished up the race and you believe you're in those top 3s, please head on over to the start-finish line. Juniors, if you believe that you're in the top 3 of your category, please head on over to the start-finish line. We're going to be just on the side here, just on the south side of the start-finish line. Yeah, I miss seeing Chad Cagle in this race, but he's doing other things. He's attacking at a much higher level. All right, another lap in. So we have three different preems, but we also have a little bit more time in this. It's actually going to be a 45-minute race, so we have a little bit more time before the, well, let me back up. It's not like we're trying to put 3 preems into a 30-minute race. We are going to have 45 minutes, so we'll get this figured out pretty soon. We'll probably fire off our first one coming up in a little bit. Alrighty, 7 minutes in. So they'll take a little bit of time trying to make sure we identify everything for that junior race. So alrighty, so early on, but we are going to do a preem. We'll do one coming up. It'll be a $100 cash preem courtesy of Mineragua, our official sparkling water sponsor of the 2023 St. Francis Tulsa Tough. Moving towards the front, you have Cura again, probably Austin Edgar. As I saw the Berg, Kayleen Carlberg back 15 wheels in. But what's what we have preem lap? A $100 preem lap. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 in cash, $100 in cash, $100 in cash. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. A $100 preem lap, courtesy of Mineragua, the official sparkling water sponsor of Tulsa Tough this year. So a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. So $100 will fire it on out there. Up in the front is Austin Edgar's teammate. That's Nick Penrod, Rod on the rivet. Nick driving that final lap. peeling off just before the climb at Sound Pony Hill, propelling Austin Edgar up in that top 4. Give him a chance to be there at the end where he won that sprint yesterday in our Masters Cat A. Masters A, Cat 1, 2, and 3. So this is a preem lap, $100 preem lap. Trying to keep our eyes up on the hill, already starting to shred out some of our Masters A field. 113 racers. It's the biggest field of the day. Stages will send a racer to the front. Right up there with them will be Anthony Barcy, I believe, 407. Very, very active in yesterday's race. So, $100 preem. Right now, our peloton getting ready to make their way up and over the ridge under the Red Bull banner. So, first preem done and dusted. We'll have 2 more coming on up. As we look on over, we have a racer that is in the State Cycling Wheels pit. I'm going to try to feather him back in, but right now, it is a preem sprint. So obviously we're looking for the sprint coming out of this front group here, as it'll be taken by 408. That is going to be Stages. That is Sean Betts, very active last couple years up here at Tulsa Tough, and he'll take the $100 preem, the first preem of the day here in our Masters A race. Right in front of Anthony Barcy. In second, Black Swift Cyclotron. So as we make our way to Crybaby Hill once again. Talk about yesterday's winner, Austin Edgar, able to make that sprint at the very end. Overtaking Matt Winstead. Winstead with Texas Roadhouse has been off the front for a long time. Able to overcome him and take the win with that sprint. A little pip at the line. Moving to the front, stars and stripes of former Masters National Champ Chris Drummond. He's moved his way to the front. We talked about his son being on the podium in the overall junior race. Racing with the academy over there at bike school over in Bentonville, Arkansas, that is. So, early on here, 45-minute race. We're about 11:48 into it. Watching the race leaders make their way down the hill. Navigating the turn with ease. Drummond will drop back into a third wheel here. There's been a little bit of an attack on the front. So we'll try to get the green jersey here. Kind of an aquamarine. A lot of shuffling at the front. Riders ducking in and attacking on the front side of the peloton, as that will be Lee Bumgardner. Good Life Racing out of Nebraska. As he is setting first wheel, I believe Anthony Barcy possibly right there behind him, still in second. Sean Betts in third. Maybe Winstead with Texas Roadhouse back at about fourth. So, Bumgardner making a little bit of a move there. And actually, that is not Barcy. It'll be bib number 442. So, that is Justin Little, teammate of Barcy, out of Colorado with Black Swift Cyclotron race team. So, Crybaby Hill, they're heading your way here as we near the 13-minute mark. Once again, the 113 racers will not finish all in this race. We are pulling them already. Especially with some of the skill level at the very front, you want guys to be lapped. Right now, we are starting to pull those already. So, right now, we've already done our first of our 3 preems. So once again here, 13:30 into this. Little flick of the elbow up towards the front. Texas Roadhouse trying to make this little three-man break stick. So a couple little attacks, little minor things. Bumgarner had gone off the front. Now he's been captured, pulled back. You already see some of the racers taking the beer hand-ups there on the backside of Climax Corner. Back behind, or on the rise up to Galveston. So here we are. We're going to send BMC to the front out of Arkansas. That may be Grist, possibly. Actually, could be possibly Brent Grist. We'll find out as they make their way down here. Up towards the front, but it will be Texas Roadhouse 440. Sorry, Cyclotron. Got to get my numbers right here. Just a little, still up towards the front. He was part of that Bumgarner two-man group. They got overtaken, but now they've come back into it, and they've opened up a little bit of a gap. So there's probably 7 riders there, opening a gap back. So the question is there a Stages racer up the road? And there is. So that may be the reason that Stages racer on the front of the peloton starting to take a little slow pull. Cura, Race for the Cure, also having a racer in the break, but here we go. First of the double bump, and they are going to draw him back. Alrighty, some of our racers are in the back trying to navigate. They're still making their way through. They are off the back of this one as the pace was set high. Russell Griffin, Black Swift out of Colorado. One of those racers has been spit out the back. But here we watch our front of this race, making their way up the hill again. Justin Little still up there, teammate of Barcy. So for Stages, 428. Up there towards the front, that will be Michael Geem. Michael Geem up there with Stages Cycling. Kind of taking a gander at the backside of that peloton. Still a decent amount there, but once again, we are only a third of the way into this. A third of the way into this course. So here comes our Don Thornton Automotive Group Audi. Our pace car, official pace car of the 2023 Tulsa Tough. Some of those racers getting tight into that barrier, but they all keep the rubber side down. That many racers, you start to run with the momentum carrying into the barriers, you start to run out of real estate. So all back together here. Next time they roll through, we'll see 12 laps to go, and we're going to ring that bell. We're going to have our second preem coming up. Our second preem, a $100 cash preem courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. So what had been a long, thin line starting to kind of slow down a little bit as they've taken the foot off the gas a little bit here. They're about 3 or 4 wide, but now they'll head up the hill. So Stages, once again, up towards the front, very active. That'll be John Tarkington with Stages. Setting in a first wheel, but some active pedaling going on by Texas Roadhouse and Cura and Anthony Barcy. So Barcy back up towards the front. Austin Edgar as well. And then 476 with Texas Roadhouse. That is Matt Winstead, your second place finisher yesterday. So we did have a coming together, including our national champion on the first climb. So they're going to be coming back this way. We got a large group. They're going to be making their way back to the pits, back over to the state cycling wheel pit. So still 13 laps to go. Glutton for punishment. Off the back, but wanting one. He probably wants the beer hunt up. Exactly. So we have had an incident there where they all kind of came together. We're going to ring that bell next time they come through. Decent amount of racers going to have to come back over here and get to the state wheel pit. They're going to be navigating their way down the trail right here behind the stage. So once again, we're going to look to the front as we're going to ring the bell. It's going to be a $100 cash preem. This will be a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 in cash, $100 in cash. $100 cash prime. Bicycles of Tulsa. $100. That will be our preem. A reminder, coming up next will be the kids race. It's an A to B race. We'll start them off here to the south of the start-finish line, and we'll journey all the way to the end of Riverside. Back to the front of the race. Still those familiar faces, though. We keep talking about Texas Roadhouse, Justin Little, Matt Winstead, Cura Race for the Cures, Austin Edgar, Lee Bumgarner up there as well. Also, first time 420, first time we're going to call the name. Oh, no, that's Chris Drummond. We've called his name a lot. He's up there towards the beginning as well, up towards the front of this race. So, once again, down to 12 laps to go. This is a preem lap, though, a $100 preem. The second of our 3 preems in our Masters A race. The Audi, our pace car, making their way to Galveston, about to hit climax corner. Chris Carlson up on the Jumbotron. Looks like he's out of the race. Off to the side, maybe trying to grab a hand up. Austin Edgar with Cura, last night's winner, moving to the front. So, Edgar will be there with Matt Winstead with Texas Roadhouse. Once again, the 1-2 finishers yesterday. But a large group of racers about to get feathered back in. Probably at least about 10 or so racers we'll have to see. They kind of get wrapped back behind the state cycling wheels tent. So here comes the pace car. This will be a sprint. Little chaotic moment. Is this going to be a sprint for $100? A sprint for $100? A sprint for $100? As Stages is going to latch out to try to win this $100 sprint. And coming to the line will be 390. That will be Stages. Patrick Warner, your winner on Friday night, taking the $100 cash preem. As we feather back in the riders that had the mechanical car wreck, that is, back at the, had the car wreck. May feel like a car wreck. The crash/mechanical on that first bump. So as they made their way up the hill, that first little climb, that's when we saw that crash. That's why we had so many racers come back down and start, take advantage of the free lap. So we still have 11 laps to go. We still have one more preem to go. We'll be firing off a $100 preem coming up shortly. Juniors, if you're wanting results, so I know we're trying to get all that handled. If you try to figure out the results, please come over here to the start-finish line. All juniors, we're going to have the results posted behind us over here at the start-finish line, just on the south side of the stage. All juniors, if you want to see the results, please head on over, and we will get everything figured out and and be able to identify our overall podium here, and also recognize all the different age groups. So, if you're trying to find your results, and you're a junior, please head on over here on the back side of the stage, on the south side of the stage. Please head on down. So we've done 2 of the 3 preems. That last one taken by Friday night's winner, Patrick Warner with Stages Cycling. Alrighty, one more racer to get feathered back in from the wheel pit. And we're going to show them 10 laps to go, 10 to go, 10 to go. Justin Little with Black Swift back up towards the front. So if you have a junior racer and trying to figure out where everybody is, please head on over to the stage. We have the junior results down here. Junior results right down here at the south side of our start-finish line. Junior results are down here. So looking back at the race, we're now down to 10 laps to go, and it's time to fire off a $100 cash preem, and this one in honor of Brad Petty. So our third and final preem coming up. We'll do it with 9 to go, and that'll take us to 8 to go when they finish that preem lap. But right now they are under 10 laps to go here in the Masters A race. So we shelled out a lot of racers early on, but out of that original 113, there's still a large core of strong racers still in there. Your U.S. national champion, Patrick Diver, he's up in there. Last night's winner, Austin Edgar's in there, and also we already talked about bib number 390, Patrick Warner, with stages as well up there in that top position, winning that second preem. So this third preem coming up, we'll ring that bell. It'll be a $100 cash preem in honor of Brad Petty. Reminder, all juniors, if you're trying to figure out your times and where you finished, the results will be posted, and they are being posted over here right behind the start-finish line, so head on over. We'll get you taken care of, let you know where you are. So that long line of racers starting to get stretched out a little bit, but still a solid group still up there. Talking about solid, Anthony Barcy got that national champion Stars and Stripes, but he goes a little too wide. Actually, no, that may be Justin Little. Whoever it was took it almost into the barrier. So he went from first wheel to about 15th wheel. And so right now we're going to ring the bell. This is a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 in cash, $100 in cash. Nick Penrod up at the front. 3 Texas Roadhouse Racers up at the front. Right now, second wheel, Chad Bertzelauskas. Bertzelauskas up there with Matt Winstead, last night's silver medalist. So we now have 9 to go, 9 to go, 9 to go. This is a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 of cash. Texas Roadhouse setting wheel 2, 3, 4, and 5. They've come to the front of this race, trying to dictate and set pace. Nick Penrod, who is there, but now we're going to have an attack coming over on that left side. That is going to be Chad Bertzelauskas. He's got his Stars and Stripes, former national champion armbands there on as well. We talk about all of the names and all of the royalty, so to speak, when it comes to national championships in this field of our Masters A. So, under 9 to go. Whenever they come rolling on through, we'll show 8 to go, and we'll also show $100 in the pocket of the first place rider on this preem lap. At third preem, $100 in cash in honor of Brad Petty. So they've set this up perfectly. The Texas Roadhouse, 5 racers, and then putting Bertzelauskas off the front. And really, we can't see the chase right now, but you have to think they're just sitting at the front, and they are. They're up there trying to control pace. They have some of those riders at the front, not allowing anybody to counter and try to chase down Bertzelauskas. So, Bertzelauskas is going to make his way down the hill. That right-hander riding his Allied frame. He's going to look over, and he's got a lot of room back behind him. So this will be an easy $100. Nice little team tactics there for Texas Roadhouse. They're able to take control of the front of the race and allow their teammate to get down the road to win the $100 preem. Our third and final preem here in our Masters A race, and now we have 8 to go, 8 to go, 8 to go. Tell you what, slowing it up here, you're going to have to make an attack, and that's what some of these teams are going to do. Stages and Cura going up the left side of the road. Stages. I not see the number. That could be Patrick Warner. If it is, so that may be Patrick Warner showing that experience, going, okay, hold up. They're starting to swamp the front of this peloton and slow it up and not counter. We need to make an attack. Whoever it is, it's definitely a stages racer, but they're making sure to get up there, and they will start to bring Bertzelauskas back, and they will drag him back in here. Once again, if you're in the juniors race, head on over. We have the results. We're trying to get it all figured out and able to share where your results are for your juniors over here on the south side of the stage. So, the Audi, the Don Thornton Automotive Group pace car, making its way around to Climax Corner. We'll look and see the race leaders. Anna Regina Morales Navarro, please head on down to the start-finish line. Anna Regina Morales Navarro, come to the finish line. The Maximiliano Villarascon, please head on down to for our podiums down here at the start-finish line. Maximilian Villarascon. Need Aiden Wyatt. Aiden Wyatt, and Abel Black. Aiden Wyatt and Abel Black, please head on down to the start-finish line. Anna Regina Morales Navarro, once again, please head on down. She's running. All righty, 7 to go. All righty, 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. Still a very large group all together. Just going to believe that Sean Betts with stages 408, and that's exactly who it is. Sitting there, Nick Penrod with Cura in second wheel. Texas Roadhouse, they've mobbed to the front multiple times. Now only about one rider up that first 15 or 20. Chris Drummond is up there as well. As we send our Masters A up the hill one more time. Crybaby Hill, 7 laps to go, 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. Alrighty, under 7 to go. We'll take advantage. We're going to have a multiple podiums. So the ones, we're just going to have the one announcement here. We're going to take care of the overall junior podium. In third place, racing with the Academy at Bike School out of Bentonville, it's Ryan Drummond. In second place, racing with EP Cyclist Race Team, Maximiliano Villarascon. And in first place, our overall junior podium with Elevate Racing out of Texas, Braxton Boyer. So now 6 to go, 6 to go, 6 to go. On our Masters A race, we are done with free laps. No more free laps. We are done. We are 6 and under. And up at the front, we're going to have 450 driving it. We haven't called his name in a couple laps early on. We talked about Tim Mitchell. Now he is at the front here with 6 to go. All righty, under 6 to go. All righty, down to the final 5. Next time we see those race leaders, we'll have 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. All righty, we have a flyer there. Omnia is sending a man up the road. Is that Matt Ankney? Is that Matt Ankney? 403 is the number I'm looking for, and it is. So with 6 to go, and it'll be 5 to go next time you see those race leaders. As it'll be 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go when they come down. So coming all together here, the big Masters A peloton. But Matt Ankney, bib number 403, local hero out of Omnia Midstream. Alrighty, here it comes. It'll be Nick Penrod, Rod on the rivet, on the chase at the front. But right now they're going to be chasing Ankney. So 5 laps to go. Are we 5 to go, 5 to go? We are 5 laps to go. Ankney off the front. Start the chase clock. Penrod with Cura on the chase. Let's say it's 5 seconds. 5 or 6 seconds. Let's say around that time. That is the lead right now for Matt Ankney with Omnia Midstream out of Tulsa in first. Been a lot of chasing today for Nick Penrod at the front of that peloton for Cura. Congratulations to all of our junior podiums and our juniors battling out here on Crybaby Hill. Getting down to the business end of this one as we have under 5 laps to go in the Masters A race. Coming up next will be the kids race. 1:10, they say 15 minutes. It won't be 15 minutes for the winners. It may take 15 minutes for some of the striders to make it from A to B here along Riverside Drive. But coming up next, after our Masters A race, will be our kids race. So it's exciting to see that, especially because of the weather we had yesterday and having to cancel the kids race on Saturday, having it here on Sunday. So we'll see one of our Cura racers rolling on through. The Berg. He's going to find a fat tire as he makes his way up Crybaby Hill. Masters A, you know they're above 21 here. Got some guests up here. We're going to have some guest one to goes here. Alrighty, so here we are, under 5 to go, be 4 laps. There's Ankney, still in the lead, but that lead is starting to drop down. It looks like Chris Drummond, the former Tulsa, up there towards the front, also moving up Texas Roadhouse. And that will be, I think that's going to be 4:46, possibly. No, it's not. We'll have to get it figured out in just a second. As right now, Ankney, his lead probably down to only about 2 seconds. 4 to go. Final 4 laps. Texas Roadhouse looking around. Stages moving up to the front. 4:28, that will be Michael Geem with Stages cycling out of Colorado. 4 to go. Ankney, he'd been out there for a while. You gotta wonder, is he setting something up? I'm trying to find some of the teammates. How many other Omni racers are in that peloton? Well, right now, it was the flyer, maybe a long distance flyer that Ankney went and took. All right, they have hit the hill. Sir Christopher Dakin about mid-pack there for Sound Pony. Who are we? Sound Pony. Royalty. Sir Christopher Dakin trying to maintain that spot in the middle of the pack. Maybe a late flyer for him. He took one yesterday down past the old Tulsa Theater. But I tell you what, it's late in the game. Any type of flyer needs to go right now. So here it is, under 4 to go. Next time you see them race through, they will be 3 to go. So former Tulsan, former Oklahoma City racer as well, Chris Drummond. He's got his national champion stars and stripes there, setting first wheel. Stages right behind him. Could possibly be Warner. No, it's not Warner, 4:28. So that is going to be Michael Geem again with Stages setting second wheel. Texas Roadhouse once again trying to swarm some racers up to the front. Unfortunately, they did it early on, but people were onto their tactics and were able to overcome that. But here's the thing, late in the game, we saw it yesterday. They put some racers in like a team tactic to the front, able to overcome and almost put Winstead onto the podium, but it was Austin Edgar with Cura pipping him at the line. So maybe they have some more ideas on how they want to run this. And here's a name we haven't called in a while, Lee Bumgardner. He's back to the front. So Bumgardner up to the front here as we're going to show 3 laps to go, 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go. 3 more laps. Bumgardner at the front. A name we have not called that's moved his way to the front. I believe that is going to be 432, possibly. Possibly Grady Hodge with Latitude Racing, unsure. Once again, sometimes if you have those race numbers folded up, we're not able to see them. Keep them flat and crisp when you get them pinned to your back. All righty. Crybaby Hill, we're sending them your way 3 more times. They're going to make the initial bump on the double bump as they hit the hill. 3 more times up the hill in our Masters A race. Still all together. This is such a large group, something you don't usually see, especially in our Masters A race. Look in years past when you've seen a Philip Tinsman, a Michael Olheiser from Monster Media. You've seen Chad Cagle. You've seen these guys go off the front and attack and just get away from everybody. Not today. Everything is all still together. A sprint finish is not something you normally see in our Masters A race here at the McElroy. Excuse me, the voice is losing it. McElroy Mechanical River Parks Criterium. Hey, it's Crybaby Hill. Let's get full throat. Let's get full roar up on top of the hill. It's a little bit of a move at the front in stages. Now moving around up to the front, taking the first wheel there. That'll be bib number 470. That's John Tarkington. First time we've called his name today. Putting his nose out into the wind. Behind him, a couple wheels back as his teammate, Michael Geem. We've talked about Geem a lot. Wondering if they're trying to set something up for Friday night's winner, Patrick Warner, who took a preem early on. So they'll make their way. The white knuckle descent down off of Galveston. They're going to keep it rubber side down as they navigate onto Riverside Drive. Sound Pony's got Winfield Gibson in there. He was 12th on Friday night. He's up there in about the top 15 spot. As they come down, it's the penultimate lap as we're going to go 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go! We do have a racer that did go down. That's number 472. He will be out of contention here. Leonardo Torkatz with the Miami Falcons finding the barrier. Florida State champ. He will not be part of the final sprint, though, as he found the barriers there at the bottom of the hill. All righty, the final 2 laps. We talk about the penultimate lap. Crybaby Hill, they're only there 2 more times. They've hit the double bump. Starting to crest, and there's some of the attacks from the front. Cure, race for the Cure, up towards the front. Is that Austin Edgar again? Is he trying to go back-to-back in the Masters A Saturday and Sunday here at the 2023 edition of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough? Here comes the Don Thornton Automotive pace car. And then again, here's more stars and stripes at the front. Anthony Barcy, Cyclotron, Black Swift. He's up there out of the saddle. They're going to make that turn at Climax Corner. They're going to be navigating their way up. Here comes the Red Bull banner 2 more times. They'll go past all the team tents. You got Cura, you got Team Topeka. All along that side, United Cycling as well, as they make their way up and over the ridge. So they've gone underneath the Red Bull banner for the second to last time. Here is the death-defying Daredevils of our Masters A. Now they've kind of spread out a little bit as Bumgardner comes back to the front. Lee Bumgardner in first wheel, Edgar in second. They navigate it down, and now it's going to be the bell lap. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Ready? Go. 1 to go. Final lap. Final journey around the meat grinder that is Crybaby Hill. The final trip up into the cacophony of sound, the chaos that is Crybaby Hill. Baumgartner trying to follow the Audi with Don Thornton pace car. Right behind that lead moto, he is driving hard. Lee Baumgartner, but he's going to be past the left side. Austin Edgar making the attack. Some familiar names going to be at the front. Edgar, that is, trying to shake off Matt Winstead. Last night it was Winstead in the lead, but getting pipped at the line by Edgar on the FC Tulsa Masters A race. How will it eventually unfold here as they crest Crybaby Hill? They'll go dark side of the moon for a couple seconds as they navigate that downhill little gully before that second climb back up towards Climax Corner and Galveston. So there is Edgar. There is Winstead. Who's the third place rider? That may be 450. We talked a lot about our rider 450. And of course, then I forget his name. It is 450 Tim Mitchell up towards the front. But it's going to be Winstead. Strikes out on the right side of the road. He emerges on that right side, trying to avoid any type of slipstream, trying to bring people along. And now he has opened up the gap. Winstead, Matt Winstead, Texas Roadhouse Cycling, hits it. Hits the bottom of the hill. He'll stay on this side of the barriers. Edgar there as well, setting third wheel, but here comes the sprint. 100 meters. If you look to the south, our leaders in our Masters A taking it to the line. And not to be done in at the line this time. No pipping at the final. Taking the win today, Matt Winstead, Texas Roadhouse Cycling. So after being in command and getting pipped at the line last night, he took matters into his own hand as they crested the hill on Galveston. He went aggressively to the far right side, not allowing Austin Edgar, or Tim Mitchell to be able to latch on. And he opened up just enough space to open up that gap and make his way to the top step of our podium. Once again, not an open race course. It is still a closed course as we are still finishing up the rest of our Masters A field. Congratulations once again. A reminder, let them know how much you appreciate how hard they're working, because guess what they're doing? They're working harder than you are. A couple racers to finish on up here, but once again, congratulations, Masters A. So coming up next will be the kids race. Be signing off, handing off to Frankie for the rest of the day. Thanks again, Tulsa. See you in 363 days.